Greetings, 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 Cancers. I am back with a Cancer versus Everybody reading, and this is the Peaceful Home Edition. So, who are these messages for? These messages are for you if you are a Cancer sun sign and you are currently experiencing issues with someone in your home that you live with, and you want to know how to navigate that situation to best restore the peace in your home. So, for instance, your mate, if there's been a lot of arguing and fighting with your mate in the home, then this is to, be advice as to how to work out that situation, or your child, or your roommate, whatever living situation you have. If you are living in a home with other individuals, this is the reading to figure out how to increase the peace in your home with those individuals. So we'll be breaking, first of all, we'll break it down like this. As in every Cancer with Everybody video, I'll give you all my disclosures really quickly here. This is a general read for all my Cancer sun sign people. If you find that this is not telling your story, then that just simply means that this isn't your reading. However, in a future reading, we will surely tell your story. So don't panic about that. I will start off by giving general messages aimed at increasing the peace in your home if you've been experiencing a disruption of that peace, Cancer. So you'll get the general advice, and then we're going to move into advice specifically regarding the sun sign of the individual in question. So if it's a Leo, if it's a Virgo, we'll look specifically by each astrological sign, and I'll be giving advice on your situation, breaking it out that way. So if there's more than one person in your home that you need to look at how to address these issues with, then you'll want to check out each of their sun signs in the breakdown. All right? While you're here, go ahead and like this video, please. And especially once you start hearing the messages that resonate well to you, please give me a thumbs up. That's just an energetic way to support my channel that's free. And everybody can afford free. Just click on that button, right? Follow me, like me, and share these videos with any Cancers in particular that you know could use these messages. All right, Cancer, let's look at some general advice for your home, restoring the peace when things are unpeaceful for you. And I hope things aren't too unpeaceful for you. It is Cancer season. It's our birthday month. Happy birthday to all of you Cancers out there who have already celebrated, are celebrating today, and celebrating in the future days. Enjoy your birthday month, and please celebrate it as a month, because Cancers, you deserve that. All right, so let's get some general advice down here on the board for increasing the peace in your home. These are the general messages, and then we'll break out into the specific messages, Cancer. First message is the 9 of Coins, followed by the 5 of Swords, followed by the 5 of Coins. All right, so what I'm seeing here is a couple of things, and one of them has to do with jealousy. All right. 9 of Coins is an energy of being financially good, like you've been working hard, or you have a business that you've been working in, and things are starting to shore up for you financially, which is causing a lot of jealousy amongst some of those family members or roommates, or maybe even a mate or spouse, right? Sometimes that comes across in a romantic relationship, especially if you are now out earning the other person. or you're getting some kind of shine around your work that they may not be seeing around their work, right? There can be that reaction of jealousy, and it is causing some problems here from what I'm seeing. And with this Five of Coins energy, it's kind of like a woe is me. It's coming across as a woe is me, like I need to be keeping up with Cancer or doing better than Cancer. And right now I'm feeling like the universe is spitting on me. All right. So just know that that is, for many of you, a significant source of the strife that is happening, which is disrupting the peace in your home at this time, okay? And understand that, yes, you should always be proud of your accomplishments. Maybe just be mindful of the way that you display them, because you got some sensitive ass, let's just call it haters. And I know sometimes we don't want to call our loved ones haters. But sometimes it's true. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to be the one to break that to you, Cancer. Also, in a case where this involves children, especially like teenage or grown children, Cancer, if that's your case, and that's where the disruption is coming from, I'm seeing like someone angling to get into your pocket or angling to get at your funds and telling stories that are not true, and that will, if it hasn't already, start to cause some strife. All right, so those are the general messages. So let's go ahead and get some suspects on the board, and we'll do the Cancer versus everybody portion of the reading, and we'll look at those individuals living with you, their sun signs. And if you're having a particular problem with one of these guys or girls or people, then this advice is geared towards how you may be able to best navigate that with that particular astrological sign. Okay? All right, I also just have the Lovers in reverse falling out, and a lot of times I don't pay attention to those cards that fall out, but that one seems significant in a way. So that's talking about those of you who may be in the midst of a divorce or breakup. And I also am seeing like the bitchiness is on overload. And that might be coming from both sides. And so communication is key. Even if you don't agree with this person or don't see eye to eye with them, the way you carry your communication will go a long way in how peaceful your home is. All right. So Cancer versus Cancer is the first one on the board. Then we have Cancer versus Libra and Cancer versus Pisces. Spirit, let's get our messages out here. How to best restore peace with these guys in our homes, Cancer. So if you are dealing with another Cancer in the home and things are unpeaceful with that individual, I have the Eight of Swords energy, and it's talking to me about an energy of being too much up in the head, too much mental energy, being alone with your thoughts too damn much. And with this Knight of Wands type energy here, it's time to defend yourself, because I'm looking at the stance of this knight and how he's holding his big stick there. It's time to defend yourself. And you can see like he doesn't have an angry or warlike kind of look on his face. He just looks very, okay, I'm just sitting here with a big stick on my horse. If I need to clobber you, I will. So it's kind of like being willing to defend yourself in a graceful manner. Male or female. that advice is for you in dealing with that other Cancer. All right. Maintaining grace under pressure and standing up for yourself and not overthinking things. All right. Less about the mental action and more about the physical action. And not physical action as in causing an altercation or a fight with the person, but physical action in that maybe a conversation needs to take a certain route and you need to be the one that drives the conversation there. Okay? All right. So, Cancer versus Libra. I have the Four of Wands in reverse. And this Libra, it's an energy of this Libra purposely doing things that they know destabilize the environment of the home. Okay? And they're doing this full knowing that this is what they're doing. Okay? And with this King of Cups in reverse, Libra in this particular case, Libra's gone over the deep end as far as emotional outbursts and being out of control in that way. And that's what's causing the destabilization of the home, right? With this Ace of Pentacles type, Ace of Coins type clarification here, that would be sitting down and coming up with something, having the discussion to come up with something, that making a deal with Libra is what I'm trying to say. Look, everybody's got a price, and we're not talking about monetary here. We're talking about everybody has that thing that can resolve the issue if they get it, right? So find out what that thing is for Libra. If you can give it with a good, clear conscience, give it. If not, come up with a compromise, because this is an offer that needs to go on the table to get Libra back on track. All right. This is just, and remember, these messages are designed at the energy that it would take to turn around these situations with these individuals. It does not necessarily mean that you, Cancer, need to blindly follow it, but this is what it would take. You need to decide whether or not you're willing to give, okay? And if you are, then this is a course of action that would work, all right? All right, so those are the messages for Cancer versus Libra. If these messages have helped you, please give me a thumbs up on this video and give me a follow. I would really appreciate that. Get to know you better. All right, Cancer versus Pisces. I have the Moon in reverse. In Cancer, with Pisces, the Moon is really a card of Pisces. And with Pisces getting their own card here in the reverse, oh man, they are in their own energy in a very bad way. And I think this has more to do with them just being that, in their own energy in a very bad way. Has to do with that and not really to do with you. But it is flooding out into the home and it is causing disruption, right? So how do you resolve that? As clarification, I just see that Pisces, while they're in this Moon in reverse type energy, they are not capable, so to speak, of making a clear, firm decision towards how to move things forward in a good manner. So you, Cancer, are going to be the one, if you want to resolve with this person, this Pisces, you're the one that's going to be the take charge person, the one that's going to put together a plan, the one that's going to take over like the boss and figure out what needs to be done when, by whom, And then you're the one who's going to have to go ahead and put that plan into motion. All right? Plain and simple. Pisces in this situation, they're in their own energy, in the more negative aspects of their own energy, and they can't see past it. So you're going to have to come in and do the work, Cancer. All right, so those are the messages for Cancer versus Pisces. If that was helpful, please like this video. All right, let's get our next suspects on the board here. And I have Cancer. Let me move my stuff around here. Cancer versus Virgo, Cancer versus Scorpio, and Cancer versus Sagittarius. All right, let's see what is causing the disruption and what will help the peace with these guys. Spirit, go ahead and give me some messages for Cancer versus Virgo, please. Cancer versus Scorpio and Cancer versus Sagittarius. If you know someone who would enjoy this video, please tag them so that they can come in and share in these messages and get this information, this good information as well. All right, here are our messages for these guys. So Cancer versus Virgo, we have the Five of Cups energy. There's an energy here of regret. Virgo, I am feeling very strongly something has gone down with Virgo that leaves them in an energy of regret. An energy of regret that they actually can't process. Not well, at least. And why I say that is, this is the sword here. And it's kind of oh man, this energy I'm feeling. Okay, so this Virgo does not know how to handle having the light shined on them in this way. So something happened, something already occurred with this Virgo, and it was pointed out very clearly to them and everyone involved that Virgo was responsible for this thing going down the way it did. Okay? And this Virgo cannot handle that type of attention that they are seeing as oh so negative. Like, me? I'm responsible. I'm the one. It's my fault. And so this Virgo is stuck in this energy of regret and kind of having meltdown type energy is what I'm seeing here as well. Especially with all these tears falling from that eye that's depicted on that Five of Cups card. They are really having a meltdown. And this is a hard situation. I can feel it, Cancer. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think there's an immediate outcome for this with this Virgo. And it's almost like in order to smooth things out, you're going to have to tiptoe around this Virgo for a while until they can figure out a way to come out of their feels. And to be quite honest with you, that could be a long time. But for right now, that's how that energy feels. Virgo is stuck in this self-imposed oppression that they're doing, because you might think it's drama and it's extra, but this Virgo really can't take what they consider the negative spotlight. And you, Cancer, you may feel like, okay, what happened, and yeah, it was called out, but okay, we're past it now because it was called out and it's really not that huge of a deal. But for Virgo, it is. So I don't think talking about it at this particular point in time is going to help with the resolution of what's happening in the home, because of that, right? Maybe just tiptoeing and letting this Virgo come back to earth. I don't see where this is going to change in the short term. And in the short term, I mean over the next couple of weeks. So we can look at the energy again then. But for right now, Virgo's stuck in that. And as uncomfortable as the tiptoeing around is, and that's not normally advice that I give people to tiptoe, it seems like your option at this point. All right, so those are the messages for Cancer versus Virgo. Cancer versus Scorpio, I have the King of Wands in the reverse. And man, this message coming through for the Scorpio Cancer feels very much like this is more of a relationship, like a romantic relationship situation with the Scorpio. So for those of you romantically involved with a Scorpio and you're experiencing, you know, issues in the home, this King of Wands energy could apply to a male or female Scorpio, but it's of someone playing around and getting caught. And that's what I'm feeling with it. And so Scorpio's been out there doing their thing, but this is known now by you, Cancer. And so if that's not your situation, then this isn't your message. Don't try to make it fit, and don't go accuse your Scorpio of stuff based on this general read. But if you know that that is your situation and that's what's causing the disruption right now with this Scorpio, then know this. You have to be very clear with your Scorpio about, you need to employ logic, okay? And you need to communicate very clearly to your Scorpio what it's going to take to resolve this situation, and what's acceptable to you as far as moving forward. All right. And then you have to, after you say you get an agreement from Scorpio, then you're going to have to stand up and force Scorpio, you know, in areas where you see Scorpio lacking as far as what they agreed to do to move this forward. You're going to have to hold their feet to the fire. So you can't get all in your feelings and be like, well, they know now, and I told them, and now they're not doing it, so I'm assuming. No, you have to be the one that's like, look, we said we were going to therapy twice a month, and I see you haven't made that second appointment yet. So you need to call today and let me know when that appointment's going to be. Like, you need to be very direct and hold their feet to the fire. All right. But it's going to take you clearly communicating in an unemotional and logical fashion exactly what it's going to take for this situation to successfully move forward in your eyes. All right. Wow, that was a very, that's not going to apply to all of you, obviously, but that was a very clear-cut message for Cancer versus Scorpio. Cancer versus Sagittarius, I have the Knight of Swords. And Cancer, your Sag, the problem that I'm seeing here is the sharp, cutting tongue. They use their words to say mean and maybe even hateful things to you that cut you like a knife. And so there's a lack of respect. And honestly, I'm clarifying that with the same thing in another deck, the Knight of Swords. So what that says is you have to be ready to do the verbal duel. Like, you cannot let this Sagittarius run all over you. You cannot be the doormat for Sagittarius in this situation if you want to resolve it in a way in which you can restore peace in your home. Cancer, you're going to have to stand up to this person. And sometimes Cancers do not, I should say a lot of times, most times, Cancers are not known to like confrontation. But in this instance, consider yourself pushed to it, and consider that you need to become very comfortable with confronting this Sagittarius. Call them on their shit. All right? Plain and simple. Simple message there. Nothing complicated. If that was helpful to you, Cancer, go ahead and like this video, please, on your way out, and tag someone who would benefit from these messages as well. Because, you know, us Cancers, we gotta stick together, man. We gotta really stick together. All right, Cancer versus Leo, Cancer versus Taurus, and Cancer versus Aries. All right, Spirit, Cancer's got some unruly Leos, Taurus, and Aries in the home. How do we navigate this situation? Whether it's romantic interest, whether it's roommate, whether it's child, whoever it is, family member in the home causing the problem of that sun sign. How do we navigate it, Spirit? All right. So those of you with a Leo, and that you need to figure out how to make peace within the home, I have the Ace of Coins. And I am feeling some snake in the grass type energy, especially with this, what looks to me like a serpent peeking over this coin. So keep that in mind. And I don't think it's truly a serpent on this card, but it showed itself to me as a serpent a moment ago. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with the Leo. Leo may not be dealing with you on the most honest terms, is what I'm seeing here, Cancer. And you want to keep that in your mind as you work through trying to resolve your issues with Leo. But ultimately, Leos in general are known for having a keen interest in building a comfortable, happy home life. Like, they're known for that in general. Okay, not to say that every Leo has that or an extra dose of that, but in general, as we look at the guidelines of what personality types, you know, it's dependent on a lot of things. But in general, a Leo sun sign may have an interest in that. And so that's what you need to connect to with your Leo, okay? Especially with this 10 of Cups here, clarifying the message. So you want to look to what historically over time with this person in the time. So like if it's a roommate type situation, you want to look at, you know, a time when maybe you were beginning this connection as a roommate with the Leo. If it's a spouse or a child, you want to look at over time what has brought joy and excitement to home life for that Leo. Or in the case, again, of a roommate situation, when you had a good, or there was a good rapport with others in the home with Leo, what was that like? Like, what was carrying that dynamic? What was underneath that? What was it? Was it I don't know, was it everyone getting together and having shared experiences, getting out and doing things that everybody enjoyed. And now you're more cut off from that, and your Leo is acting out or not feeling as connected. Like, what is it? You have to kind of sit down on this one, Cancer, and do some introspection and say, what was it that brought peace with this Leo at a good time when we were living here together? What was it that maintained a good peaceful connection? Just kind of look at that. What was underlying that? What were those undercurrents that you can tap into and say, do, and act on things that reinforce those activities to get the Leo back into a better space to restore peace in the home. All right. But also at the same time, like I said at the beginning with this warning of the snake, just be aware. I think Leo has turned a page into some deceitful territory. So be aware of that too, okay, as you navigate through that situation. I hope that made sense. All right. If those messages were helpful, please go ahead and give me a like on this video. Thank you, Cancer. Oops, bumped the camera. So sorry. All right. Cancer versus Taurus. I have the Two of Cups. All right. So what could be wrong with the Two of Cups? Two of Cups is, but I think that's what it's talking about is needed here. So no matter your relationship to this Taurus, Cancer, there is a theme of partnership here. Okay, so partnering up. So if this is a romantic, like a husband or a live-in mate, then you want to talk about romantic partnership and adding the romance, doing things to reignite romance. If we're talking about a child or a roommate, if we're talking about a child, no matter the age of the child, then we're talking again, you want to touch on the love. You want to touch on displays of love. How do you best communicate, or have you best communicated to this Taurus child in the past, your love for them, your affection for them? And that is what you want to start tapping back into. In the case of a roommate type situation or family member, you want to look at partnerships, things that you can do together. I know in the part of the world that I'm in, it's summer and the weather is warm or hot outside in most places here. And, it's a time that even though we're not completely COVID free here, more things are open now. And if you're being safe and you're practicing safety as you go out and about, you can get out and get to doing things and spend time together outside of the home. And so this is talking about partnering up to do some of those things, spending some one-on-one time with that Taurus and touching at things that increase affection, as far as things they like to do, things their interests, things they enjoy. That is the way to start down a better road with this Taurus. It's a free and easy feeling of summertime and getting out and even travel, just doing activities outside of the home because you're no longer completely stuck there. If you're living in an area of the world, because anyone can watch this video, where maybe you are on lockdown or your surroundings haven't opened back up, it is about taking the time again to find things that this Taurus is fond of and find a way to modify those activities that they can be done in your current situation. no matter what your confinement is, right? There's if we get creative, we can find ways to do some of the things that we still enjoy. And just increasing that good feeling of I care about you and I wanted to do this because I know it's important to you type of extension of affection. That's where you need to go with this Taurus. All right, those are my messages for Cancer versus Taurus. Please like the video on your way out. Cancer versus Aries. Yeah, sorry, Aries. Whoa. I have the Queen of Coins. All right. This talks about, and I'm getting one very specific message if we're talking about a romantic partner or spouse. This is about taking the time to, it feels like this Aries is saying, you haven't been dressing up the way I like to see you dressed. You haven't been doing some of those little things that you know I like. And it's about increasing the sensual nature of your connection. Whether it's giving massage to your mate and, just little things, or maybe you go for a couples massage somewhere and have a nice dinner. And it's like the sensual, bringing out the more sensual side of yourself will help to ease what's happening with this Aries if this person is your mate. In other type of relationship situations, this talks about being a solid listener, being a solid person there, because I feel like your Aries just has a lot going on and a lot on their mind at this time. And a lot of that's being driven from things outside the home, like work, or maybe a lack of work and looking for work kind of thing. Just a lot of stress and anxiety is happening within this Aries mind at the moment. So providing that Aries with an escape, and if you're a roommate, family member, or this is your child we're talking about, then this would speak to showing that, or reminding that Aries that, hey, I really am here for you. I am here to listen without judgment, and, and if we need to walk through this together hand in hand and work out some solutions, I'm going to help you with that. Just Aries feels very burdened as I look at this. So this is about relieving the burdens. And sometimes, say, I'll give an example. This is just an example. Say the burden is financial. That doesn't mean you run in and open your bank account for Aries. That just means you're there to listen to Aries as they walk through a plan to get to a better place with their finances, right? Or you listen to the plan and listen is the key word, and maybe just interject sparingly, because I think Aries is very like a powder keg, like touchy right now. So sparingly interject, advice based on your experience, right? So, but sparingly, and then listening, helping Aries mentally walk through, and maybe here and there pointing out the things that you see that Aries isn't taking into account, because this mental burden can have you too wound up in your head and you're not seeing things clearly. this is a very gentle energy. So you need to do this with Aries in a gentle manner. There's no, oh, yes, you don't know that? You don't know that by now? None of that. Just gently walking through and being that voice of reason for Aries will go a long way. Okay? That's the advice. Let's get our last suspects on the board. And I hope that helped you. Please go ahead and tag someone on this video that you know will make good use of this information. All right, so our last suspects are on the board. We have Cancer versus Aquarius, Cancer versus Capricorn, and Cancer versus Gemini. All right, and I thank you for staying through to this point in the video. And if you have, surely you can give this video a thumbs up because you have heard the quality of messages that have been coming through thus far. And that's the same quality of message that's going to come through here with these last three. So go ahead, give a thumbs up, and give me a follow so that you know when I put out more content and you're notified and you can come check it out. I would love to see you here more often. All right. Spirit, we've got some messages for these guys. I knew that Lovers was coming out. All right, so Cancer versus Aquarius. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Aquarius has not been getting adequate rest from what I'm seeing with us. They look like they're burning the candle at both ends, and that has started to deteriorate their whole peace of mind and attitude. And if you're unaware of the lack of sleep because you're sleeping well yourself, I would say that then Aquarius is not bothering you or disturbing you during your sleep period, and you may be unaware that they're having these long stretches of periods during the night in which they are not resting well. Okay, so if that is not what's happening, without a doubt not happening in your Aquarius's case, then this very specific message is not talking to you. Okay, so like I said, with that sleep disrupted in the way that it is, then their daytime hours are not the most pleasant. And that's what is causing disruption to the peace in the home at this time. And yeah, the stability of the home is, wonky because of that. All right, so a possible solution here is, especially with this Knight of Cups clarifying, is, making sure that there's nothing medically wrong going on with your Aquarius. Make sure they've gotten their physical, make sure they are working with a qualified professional as far as looking to make sure that there's nothing going on that needs medical attention here, right? Other than that, if that's all clear, then start to help your Aquarius look at ways in which they can make this nighttime thing better, because honestly, that's what this message is talking all about, the nighttime. And so, I don't know, are they sleeping on a lumpy mattress? Are they sleeping on a mattress? Are they, are there supplements herbal supplements that could help relax them? Are there things as far as sounds, like there's a gazillion YouTube videos out there, ocean sounds that are 12 hours long with a black screen. Do they need that type of thing going? Like, there are a gazillion resources out there, and I did get the message of researching, so helping research some of that stuff with the Aquarius and helping them get in to try some of that out so that they can figure out how it is that they can make this sleep time more productive and make it less about laying awake at night and then not having any rest the next day. Because the buildup of it, the buildup of the lack of sleep, after a few days, things start getting crazy. So you want to help them with this particular ailment, I'll call it sleep ailment, that they're having at the time. And that will go to restoring peace in the home, because as they start to be able to work it out at night, sleeping, their attitude and emotional state will dramatically shift. All right. So those are the Cancer versus Aquarius messages. Whoops, throwing cards all over the place here. All right, so I have Cancer versus Capricorn, and I have this Six of Coins. For a large number of you, I'm seeing unemployment being the issue, and Capricorn not being able to relax fully, and just being a little shit because things aren't going their way financially, so now everyone has to suffer. That's a specific message that I'm getting for some of you. And then the other message, the other scenario that's coming through is one where Capricorn feels like they're giving more to you than they're receiving from you. So take a look at the give and take in your connection with this Capricorn. Like for some of you who may be roommates, do you owe them money? Have they been doing your laundry for you and you haven't reciprocated? Do they give you rides and you never give them gas money? Stuff like, look at the give and take dynamic of the relationship. Now, if it is a situation like with a child, then look at how this child is perceiving it. Stand in their shoes for a moment. How are they perceiving the give and take? Because if they feel like they don't have enough of your time and attention, especially if it's a younger child, that's where a lot of these issues can be. And even with a teenager, right? So if they don't have enough of your time and attention, then look at that. How do we resolve that? Okay? Again, if it's a family member, look at the give and take. What do they feel like they've done for you, and now in their mind you owe them? All right. So once you have the answer to that, then you can pursue a couple of paths. You could go to them and say, listen, I realize I haven't been as reciprocal as I can because you've been doing XYZ for me, and I've just been tied up with other things. I do truly appreciate you. I'm going to start to do better by you, right? That's one course of action. Another course of action could be, that you don't agree with their take of events, and you need to sit down and talk about, have a harder conversation, which talks about, I know you feel like you're being cheated here, but that's not what I'm trying to do with you. in my mind, it's really not cheating because A, B, and C are true, right? Like, so you have the big boy, big girl talk with them and see how you can hammer out something that feels better for the both of you. And in some of your cases with this Capricorn, whether it's a family member, like a grown family member, or a roommate, I feel like in some of these cases, it may not be resolvable, and you and this Capricorn may be better parting ways, and you need to look at how that's going to affect your home as well, and how to best navigate that if that's the situation. All right? All right. If that has helped you, please give me a like and follow me, please. Subscribe. All right. Cancer versus Gemini. Yeah. Lovers in reverse. Oh, my dear God. Is there a divorce on the horizon, Cancer? For some of you, I feel there are divorces on the horizon with this Gemini. And I feel like you've seen that, Geminis are quote unquote known for having that twin in there that pops his evil head out and causes trouble, right? Like, so Cancers, or not Cancers, but Geminis are known for having that other personality. And some of you may have met up with it and you've been living with it for way too long. So it's a divorce. Others of you, again, this may be an irresolvable situation with you and your Gemini roommate, or you and your Gemini grown family member. And if you're in a lease with a person, then maybe you need to figure out how you're going to survive this until the end, or if there's a way, to part ways, and can you find another roommate to take your place, or can they find another roommate to take their place? Like, some of it is not going to be resolved, is what I'm seeing. It's going to be a clear breakdown, and that's it. I don't really see an easy resolution here for the peaceful home with the Gemini. Now, if this involves children, as in minors, then what I am seeing here is the resolution may be therapy. But this is major. It's on its head, upside down, and it's not at all happy. I don't see this resolving itself in the next couple of weeks. All right, so if this is your situation, you'll want to check back in a future reading to see if we get any changes in the energy and how it's flowing. Or you may want to go ahead and contact me for a personal reading, so that we can walk through the specifics of your situation, and Spirit can guide you specifically to what you need to hear. All right, Cancer. I hope that this Cancer versus Errrybody Peaceful Home Edition has been most helpful. I am looking at, different types of content to provide. So when I get the likes and the comments and everything, that kind of lets me know, what is good content for you guys. So if there is something that you want to see on my channel in regards to readings or tarot, comment, let me know, because it just may be something I have never thought of. And so I will look at getting you the content that you want to see. But anyways, I truly appreciate you taking the time to be here today to look at this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. All right, Cancer, you take care. Bye for now.